All right, guys, here we are. This is Joe with Ohio Wood Burner, and we are at a destination location here in Northeast Ohio. This is Hartville Hardware. If you are in Ohio, you probably know about this place. If you think of like the Mall of America is to malls, Hartville Hardware is like the hardware store of America. And it is right here in Ohio. It's another reason to love this great state. So you might recognize Bob from Metsa Machines. This is a local Japa dealer for their outdoor power equipment sales. And Jerry is the manager of their outdoor power. Is that right?
Yes.
And we're going to take a walk through here, guys. This isn't going to be just some boring firewood processor video. They got some really cool machines, and I think you're going to love to see it. All right? Walk this way. So, Jerry, this place is awesome. Yep. You must love getting up for work in the morning to come to this place.
Yep, it's not much like work. We just have a lot of fun.
So I got to ask, do you get an employee discount here?
Very much so. The family is very generous.
I would go broke if I worked here. I would just, whatever's on sale would be coming home with me that night.
That's why I have a cash account.
Yeah. So I see all the Japa machines, and it means a lot to know that I have some relationship with Japa and with Bob with Metsa Machines in Wisconsin. But you are now working with them to sell the Japa here at your location.
That's correct.
And I see you got a number of different models, but let's just show what we got going on here.
Very much so. So this one is the Japa 315 PTO Drive Edition. We have it hooked up to one of our 38 horse John Deere tractors, and it has the log lift on it with the outfeed conveyor into one of our dump trailers we sell.
Oh wow, you sell dump trailers too?
Very much so.
So how long has Hartville Hardware been here?
So at this current location, we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary of being here and our 50th year in business this year. So,
and this hardware store isn't your typical hardware store.
It is not. Yeah,
it is
a little
about
different.
It's about the size of 2 Walmarts, I would say.
Close. It's 308,000 square feet.
And it's got a basement to it also?
Full basement. That's right. Lumber's in the back, and we have plenty of room.
Yeah, I had heard that all the deals are in the basement. That was the first place I went to.
Very much so. We have a bargain basement section, so yes.
All right.
So live edge lumber.
So you sell the Japas,
Yep.
But I also see we got some dump trailers, and guys, you might recognize this name up here too.
Yep.
Are you serious? You sell Wolf Ridge
We sell a ton
log
of them.
splitters.
That's right.
They are sold here in Ohio.
Right. Yep, we sell them by the truck load. We don't just order single units.
Are you serious?
That's right.
Oh my.
Yep.
Well, let's come on down here. Let's look at the Wolf Ridge stuff, guys. I never knew that I'm living here in Ohio that I was this close to, a world-class log splitter.
It's almost a cult following.
It is.
But we really do a lot with them. Yep.
So you have the Wolf Ridge, but I see you rent them out.
We do. We have a full rental department, and we just recently done that this summer with putting one of the 28 Pros into our rental program. It has worked out very well for us. Gives somebody an opportunity to use it. We're not scared of getting a new machine dirty as well. This was just brought down by Wolfgang and Nate this morning, and we're able to show it off today.
This is a fine looking machine here. Adjustable knife, right?
Yep.
So do you sell all of the models of Wolf Ridge?
Every one of them.
Every single one of them?
Every one, right down to the skid loader unit. And of course their conveyors. We have them as well. And so we just constantly have units on order. There's never a month we don't have them coming.
Wow, so you got Wolf Ridge splitters and conveyors.
That's right.
That's amazing. I had no idea that you guys had that. When I think of buying an item like a Wolf Ridge, I think of going right, to Wisconsin through the internet and then waiting. But here's someone, and your reach isn't just within Northeast Ohio. You have people that come from all over the region.
Yep. Yeah,
that come shopping here.
Yep. Very much so.
Yeah. Guys, you got to check out this hardware store inside. It is something. And Jerry, I see you have a very fine looking dump trailer. You sell dump trailers.
That's right. So we have the Carry On brand, which is the other 14-footer, and then this is a 12-foot Gatormade as well. So power up, power down, Our units have spreader gates on them with ramps. You can load your tractor in it if you'd like.
And it's filled with oak firewood, so that's just right up my alley.
There you go.
I love oak firewood.
There you go.
I was wondering what that odor was while we were standing here, and I was glad. It's kind of windy out here, and then the wind was blowing, so I was saying, well, we got that on our side at least. Yeah, well, let's look at the machine that made this, though, because that is some nice looking wood. And here's a John Deere tractor. You got a piece of locust on the grapple.
Yep.
You are a major league John Deere dealer. Is that right?
So. Well, yeah. Yeah, we go up to 125 horse.
Gosh.
So, and it also has a grapple on it for bigger projects.
Guys, they have a parking lot of John Deere stuff. There's a lot of green paint out here. Well, let's take a look at the big Japa over here. So Bob, why don't you step in here?
Yeah.
So this is really my old machine. Guys, if you've been with Ohio Wood Burner for a while, you know that I started with the 365 Pro.
Yep.
But this one is not the road version. This one is where you got to fork it and set it.
Yeah, so this one, it's still got the gas engine on it, but you just set it on the ground. Most guys that are getting this machine will bring the wood to the machine instead of bringing the machine to the wood. So they'll set this on their concrete pad, and then they'll set the 422 rack next to it, or 471 rack even next to it. And then in this case, Jerry's got the Japa disc cleaner set up at the perpendicular angle like we do at your place too.
Yeah, that's
and this
the way
is
to
nice
go.
because the stuff going in here is getting cleaned, and if you're in the operator's position at the processor, you can just turn around and see what's coming out of your final output conveyor there.
When I had mine first set up with the 365,
it was all in a
row. And man, you had
you can't see what's going on at the end.
Yeah, leaning back to look. And this is it just works so much nicer.
Yeah.
And you're able to get, a nice broadside with your trailer.
And look at what's in the trailer, and then look what's here. So,
yeah.
You can see how much stuff came out of this cleaner just in that load of firewood. So.
And what I learned about these, and it gets the ants out too.
Yeah, we disturbed some ants home.
Yeah. What I've learned about these cleaners is, that, this one here is obviously you can telescope it up or down.
Yeah, right.
And those front end load, you can
scoop
scoop it up and dump it in.
Yeah.
All right.
And Jerry brought this one back last week, and he sold it already.
This one was at Paul Bunyan.
Yep.
Yeah. And, so Jerry brought this home from Paul Bunyan to here, and it's already sold. Yeah. So Jerry, you are selling the Japas then? They're not just door stops, right?
That's right.
You're
We
moving
don't
them.
like yard ornaments here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to sell product.
So I see you got some other splitters over here. Can we look at those?
Yeah.
We've come around the corner, and I see you got some just your typical I-beam farm and ranch style splitters here.
Yes.
And this is a what? I never heard of this brand.
Yep, so the Brave line we get out of Great Northern Equipment out of upstate Minnesota, and we have the 30 and a 37 ton unit, and we're sold out of the two-way 20 ton splitter that they have to offer as well. But yeah.
All right, and you see you got another Wolf Ridge. Let's look at this. So here we go, guys. We got another Wolf Ridge. This is the big one, right?
This is the second one up in their series from that 28 Pro we looked at earlier. So this is the 35C, their compact commercial unit. It'll have the auto cycle valve on it, and it also has their Magnum package. A little bit faster cycle time with a bigger push block on it for a little bit more speed.
All right. And these are cool.
Bigger models we're waiting on the high output and the super high output. They have two bigger models plus the industrial model.
So when you have a customer that stops in for a log splitter, how many of them have never heard of Wolf Ridge?
Maybe half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your job is to educate them.
That's right. My staff really knows the product well, and we do a good job with them, and we're approaching about 100 units of these. So,
and you find they're working for you, right?
That's right, they are, and people are very well satisfied.
Okay. Yep. And then last year I see you got you're a steel dealer?
Right, we're a full line steel dealer, and majority of our product is inside, of course, but we have 10% off all of our steel products today.
Yeah.
And we're getting into fall, of course, we have a big blower display inside, but...
So let me ask you something here. Have you ever heard of a chainsaw called a 500i?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
So you think maybe you could give me one and I can try it out?
Absolutely not.
So it's great to be here, and we got Joe to come here. Hey, what? buddy.
Oh, hey, Bob.
Hey.
How are you doing there?
Now. How's it going?
It's going great. I saw this sticker here, Bob.
Yeah, you saw it at Paul Bunyan too, right?
Good heavens. Yeah, that means a lot, man.
It's pretty cool.
That is. Bob, let's talk about me and you here, okay?
Sure. Yeah.
When we first met, I was just a lost firewood guy who stumbled into your tent.
Yeah.
And I still remember when I walked into the Japa tent at the Paul Bunyan show, I had a sales guy from another firewood processor had followed me all the way down there because he knew that I was ready to buy.
Yeah.
And I had it down between a couple, and you just blew me away with the 365 and the fact that you hadn't sold a lot of them up until then.
Right. It was pretty fresh in the market.
I remember it was scary to purchase, to put all this money down onto a machine like a Japa. I had not really heard of them before.
Yeah.
And there's not a Japa store right down the road.
Right.
And I expressed that to you, and you said what?
So, there's nothing on the machine that anybody that has basic mechanical skills can't fix. I mean, they're very easy to work on. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is support after the sale. If you do have an issue, customers usually have my cell and my text, so we try to get answers to a person as soon as possible, but we actually ran into that too, because I don't know how long after, maybe a month or two after you blew that hydraulic hose.
I did.
And so we overnighted it and walked you through replacing, and you did a video on that. It's actually really cool to show how it was to replace that. So that's one of the really good things about these machines is they're simple, they're mechanical, and they're very easy to use and work on.
Yeah. Going back to that blown hose. Okay. It had 30 hours on it, and I know that there was a couple people on there saying, why is that blowing a hose at 30 hours? But it's a machine.
It's man-made.
Machines break, and you fix them,
Yeah.
But and it was kind of weird because I had told you before, I said, whatever we put on this, I'm being honest. We're not hiding anything.
Absolutely.
So I filmed, the hose that was blown.
Yep.
I filmed repairing it, but I didn't sugarcoat nothing.
Yeah, and you shouldn't.
You answered the phone when I called.
Yeah.
You sent me the hose. You told me how to fix it. I called you in the middle of the project, and you walked me through a couple things.
Yeah.
And so that's what I just know from other machines that I have bought. I can't say the same thing.
Sure.
But that is the scary part, and really I don't know, is it an obligation? I guess the way that you have with your customers, people. This isn't chump change people are spending on a firewood processor.
Well, and I try to treat people the way I'd want to be treated, right?
Yeah.
It's not the most fun when your phone is blowing up on a Saturday, but I know that if that's what the guy had the time to make the firewood and all that, I had an inquiry this morning asking for a specific part number on a filter, and we're at this show and I don't have my computer system with, but I still went back to my laptop, figured out what I needed, and get him that information.
Yeah. And at least I know from experience, I have never called him on off hours or on the weekends or nothing. I've always, you're supposed to say that. I have always respected
I'm like, wait a minute here.
I've always respected his privacy. And his family time when I call him, when I don't call him after business hours.
Yeah.
All right. So, Bob, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Well, so I know that we have very observant viewers on YouTube, and you'll see dents in the front of this machine. This machine was actually at the Paul Bunyan show, and it had some things in it from transport on the way over here. So sometimes what people do is they'll put the forks in to move it, and instead of picking it straight up, they slam it back like this, and that's what happened. So that's why this panel is dinged up.
Well, fortunately, it didn't damage the Ohio Woodburner sticker.
Right, and the machine still works exactly as intended. It just has a few beauty marks.
Yeah, right. I know when you first get this beautiful machine.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I still remember the first scuff I put on. I was like, oh my gosh. But now it's like, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's making you money.
Yes, it is. This is a great machine. And this has got more splitting power than mine did, right? This is like the newer version.
Well, this is the Plus, so it's got a few more things than yours did. So,
all right.
Yeah, it's a fast, easy to use machine.
Yeah, so I can just say, I would be happy for the rest of my life with the 365.
Yeah.
Great machine. And the 405 that I have now, though, just runs circles around this.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking anything away from this.
I know you've said that before, too.
It's just such a big, robust, and powerful and productive machine.
Yeah.
The size difference, you know, this takes a 14-inch. Mine take. You think a 2-inch difference isn't that much, but it is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And that perfect split knife that's a home run. It is. All right, Bob. So it was great seeing you back in Ohio.
Yeah,
You're going to think about moving down here. You think? You're here more than I am.
Yeah, at this point.
He's been here for like the last 3 weekends in a row.
I don't mind it here, so.
Yeah. Well, stick around to the winter time, all right?
All right.
Yeah, I know that you don't have to deal with that up in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's look at the logs here. We got some maple. These went through the Wolf Ridge. Got some oak, or this might be I saw some locust. Here's some locust. Locust is great firewood, guys. Here's a piece of locust here that's not split. The local Amish community love the locust. They make fence posts out of it because it doesn't rot when it's buried in the ground. And it's a very high BTU wood.
Now you complain about the smell of red oak, but that stuff stinks.
Yeah, I never had a complaint about the locust. I don't know why. It's something in oak that just makes me nauseated. Probably looking at it for 2 years while it dries out
That probably doesn't
nauseates me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
These Wolf Ridges or something, though, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, they're well built. I like them. Nice welds.
Yeah. Very robust.
Nice. As you've seen that 315, this is the road version. It's on an axle. And these are manually operated. It's got the pull down arm. This has a gas engine on it too. So this one isn't PTO power. What is that, a Honda? Yeah. Yeah, it's got a 4-way on it now. I would imagine it probably comes with a 6-way, but I don't know. I think the size logs that come through here probably just stick with the 4-way. And then it's got a pretty good size conveyor on it too.
Hey Joe.
Guys, I don't have time.
It
I'm
looks like
working.
you're working. Hey, wait, those gotta be split.
Yeah. How are we going to burn that?
Is that your quota for the day?
2 pieces?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh boy, I think I'm seeing double here. I got 2 Jerrys and 2 Bobs. How you got? Okay, there you go. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, and it was fun getting to be here, Jerry.
Very much so. Thanks for coming.
It's nice
Stop by.
meeting you. And Bob, I just met Jerry, but I think you've hit a home run.
Jerry's been awesome. He's very good to work
with Hartville Hardware. Guys, if you are ever driving through Ohio on Interstate 80 or 76,
Yep, 619.
yeah, it's just right off the highway, guys. And this has got a huge Amish community, and there's a world famous flea market that's here too. This is a really neat place to be. So thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Bob, thank you for inviting me down.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And thanks for being a great dealer.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, guys. I hope everyone has, Jerry, you got to put up your thumb, a great day. And think about those Skechers.
Yeah, bud.
These are Merrills. Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
They're the best shoe I've ever had in my
I'll have
life.
to try
It's
those
my
next.
other pair of Skechers. Are they steel toes?
No, these are just like in betweens. Yeah.
That should be like the outtake on it.
Yeah.
So
That was real.
he didn't film it though.
I was filming all
Yeah,
that.
he filmed
Oh,
all
you
of it.
did?
Yeah, I don't stop.
Okay, well then you don't have to
I'm
stop.
recording this right now too.
Okay.
Everything's being filmed.
All right. At Ohio Woodburner, we do such a good job with our videos that we plan our outtakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Action.
And action. So, you ready?
Yeah.
And